The UK is about to transform its immigration system in 2026, and these changes will affect everyone from students to skilled workers, families and employers. Salary thresholds are rising, visa routes are tightening, and even settlement rules are being redefined under a new points-based model. What once guaranteed an easy path to residency will soon demand higher skills, stronger English, and verified economic contribution. Whether you're planning to study, work, or reunite with family in the UK, understanding these new rules could be the difference between approval and rejection. Here are the 10 biggest immigration changes you need to know.
Number 1. Raised skill threshold for the skilled worker route. From 2026, the UK government is set to raise the minimum skill level requirement for the skilled worker visa under the Home Office's revised immigration framework. Jobs that were previously accepted under the RQF Level 3 category will now need to meet the RQF Level 4 or higher standard, effectively reducing eligibility for lower-skilled roles. This change aims to prioritise workers who bring specialised skills aligned with the UK's economic strategy for sectors such as engineering, digital technology, healthcare and renewable energy. The Home Office emphasises that these adjustments are designed to ensure that visa sponsorship focuses on genuine skill gaps rather than filling general labour shortages. The raised skill threshold means employers will have to re-evaluate their sponsorship plans, ensuring the job roles meet both the new educational level and occupational code requirements. Positions like hospitality supervisors, care coordinators and retail managers, which were previously eligible under RQF3, may now fall below the required threshold. The government's rationale is that tightening criteria will attract high-impact professionals who can contribute to productivity growth rather than relying on lower-wage immigration. Migrants applying for sponsorship must also prove that their qualifications and experience match the higher level through formal certifications, work references, or accredited industry recognition. This policy will likely reshape the labour market dynamics in several key industries. Employers dependent on mid-level foreign staff may face challenges in recruitment, pushing them either to raise wages or invest more in local training programs. While the shift aims to uplift overall workforce quality, it may also create short-term skill shortages in service sectors that depend heavily on migrant labour. Applicants planning to move under the skilled worker route should therefore start preparing higher-level documentation, verify their job's standard occupation classification, and align their profiles with the updated visa standards.
Number 2. Increased salary thresholds for sponsored workers. Starting in 2026, the minimum salary requirement for the skilled worker visa will rise significantly as part of the UK's plan to align wages for migrant employees with domestic market standards. The Home Office has proposed a new general threshold of £38,000 per year, up from the current £26,200. This increase applies across most sponsored job categories, meaning employers must offer higher pay to secure a certificate of sponsorship. The move is designed to ensure that foreign workers are not underpaid compared to British citizens, and that migration supports only those roles that genuinely require overseas talent. It also reflects the government's commitment to making the UK labour market less dependent on low-wage immigration. The updated salary levels will vary slightly based on occupation-specific rates, with roles in healthcare, education and engineering receiving tailored salary bands to reflect sector realities. For example, certain public sector jobs may retain slightly lower thresholds, but the overall message is clear: the UK wants to encourage high-value migration. Employers will need to demonstrate compliance by providing evidence of pay consistency, updated employment contracts, and proof that their salaries meet or exceed the new benchmarks. Any discrepancies could risk license suspension or visa refusal. Applicants are therefore advised to verify that their offered role meets the revised financial criteria before applying. This salary adjustment could have a dual effect on the immigration landscape. On one hand, it will reduce the number of low-paid overseas workers entering the country. On the other, it will make the UK more appealing for experienced professionals and specialised experts seeking career advancement. The higher threshold emphasises the government's preference for skilled professionals who can make meaningful economic contributions, ensuring that the system remains competitive and aligned with national income growth targets.
Number 3. Reduction in duration for the graduate visa. By 2026, the UK government will shorten the post-study graduate visa period, marking a major shift in how international students transition to work in Britain. Currently, graduates are allowed to remain for 2 years after completing their degree to seek employment, but the revised rule will likely reduce this to 1 year for most courses. The Home Office argues that this adjustment is meant to refocus the route on genuine career development rather than prolonged stays without skilled employment. Only certain priority fields such as advanced science, digital technology, engineering and medicine may continue to benefit from the extended 2-year allowance, reflecting the UK's push towards innovation-driven growth. This reduction will make strategic job planning crucial for international students. Graduates will now need to secure sponsorship or switch into a skilled worker visa within 12 months of finishing their studies. Universities are expected to enhance career guidance and employer connections to help students find qualifying roles faster. Those in lower demand sectors like business administration or marketing may find it harder to transition before their visa expires, increasing pressure to plan earlier. The rule aims to discourage misuse of the post-study route by those not contributing to the high-skill economy, while encouraging institutions to attract only serious, career-oriented candidates. From an economic standpoint, this change will likely create a more competitive environment for both employers and graduates. Companies will be incentivized to identify potential talent before graduation, while students will focus on developing relevant skills and professional certifications during their studies. Although the rule tightens flexibility, it signals the UK's intention to balance openness with accountability, ensuring that the post-study pathway supports long-term skill retention, productivity, and alignment with the country's labour market priorities.
Number 4. End of overseas recruitment for certain care worker roles. From 2026, the UK is expected to restrict or completely phase out overseas recruitment for some lower-tier care worker and support staff positions under the Health and Care Visa. This follows reports of system abuse, wage exploitation, and a growing dependence on foreign labour in non-specialised caregiving jobs. The Home Office plans to keep senior care roles eligible, but remove entry-level ones that do not require advanced medical skills or formal certifications. This reform aims to encourage domestic hiring and training, while preserving the visa route for critical, highly skilled healthcare functions. The new list will focus on professional healthcare positions, such as registered nurses, therapists, and clinical managers, instead of routine care assistants or home help workers. The change will have a strong impact on both employers and applicants. Care agencies will be required to demonstrate genuine skill requirements, prove ethical recruitment practices, and comply with revised salary and training conditions. Employers relying heavily on international recruitment for low-paid carers will need to adjust by investing in local workforce development and offering better working conditions to attract UK-based staff. Migrants already working under valid sponsorships are likely to retain their rights until renewal, but new applications for excluded roles will not be processed. The government justifies this as a measure to protect vulnerable workers from exploitation while ensuring that migration contributes to sustainable workforce growth. This shift represents a broader policy pivot toward reducing dependency on immigration for essential service staffing. While it may create short-term staffing gaps, officials expect that better wages, apprenticeships, and training incentives will gradually draw more local workers into the sector. The emphasis on higher-skilled healthcare migration aligns with the UK's 2026 vision, attracting professionals who elevate service standards, improve patient care, and integrate seamlessly within regulated healthcare environments.
Number 5. Longer qualifying period for settlement, indefinite leave to remain. Beginning in 2026, the UK government plans to extend the minimum residence requirement for obtaining indefinite leave to remain under several visa categories. The standard 5-year qualifying period is expected to increase to 6 years for most work and family routes, reflecting a shift toward ensuring deeper integration and longer economic participation before permanent residency is granted. Officials argue that this modification aligns the UK with similar standards in Canada and Australia, where migrants are encouraged to demonstrate stronger community and labour market ties before becoming permanent residents. The change is part of a wider goal to balance immigration benefits with long-term national cohesion.
The new policy will affect migrants holding skilled worker, global talent, and family partner visas, requiring them to extend their temporary status or apply for visa renewals before reaching eligibility. During the extended period, applicants must continue to meet all visa conditions, including employment, tax compliance, and continuous residence requirements. The rule also reinforces stricter checks on absences. Those spending more than the permitted time abroad may have their ILR clock reset. This signals the Home Office's intent to prioritise migrants who contribute consistently to the UK economy and society. Employers will likewise need to maintain accurate sponsorship records throughout the longer qualifying window. While some may see the longer pathway as an obstacle, policymakers view it as a means of promoting commitment and integration. The 6-year timeline encourages migrants to invest more in local communities, develop stable careers, and participate in civic life. It may also reduce short-term migration patterns, ensuring that those who achieve ILR genuinely plan to build a future in Britain. For potential applicants, careful planning of visa renewals, proof of residence, and employment continuity will become essential under this updated framework.
Number 6. New English language standard requirements. From 2026, the UK will introduce stricter English language testing rules across multiple visa categories, including skilled worker, family, and study routes. The Home Office aims to raise the minimum proficiency level from B1 to B2 on the Common European Framework of Reference, CEFR, for most work-related and settlement applications. This move reflects the government's focus on improving integration outcomes, ensuring that incoming migrants possess not only technical skills but also strong communication abilities to thrive in the workplace and local communities. Applicants will now need to provide evidence of higher-level English fluency through updated Secure English Language Tests, CELTs, approved by the UK Visas and Immigration Department. The policy also tightens educational exemptions. Previously, degrees taught in English or citizenship from majority English-speaking countries automatically satisfied the requirement. Under the new system, only qualifications verified by UK ENIC, formerly NARIC, or degrees obtained in the UK will be accepted without additional testing. This shift aims to standardise evaluation and prevent documentation fraud, a growing concern in previous years. The new guidelines will apply equally to renewals and settlement applications, meaning existing residents seeking permanent status may also have to meet the updated benchmark before eligibility. Employers sponsoring foreign workers will need to confirm that candidates meet the revised proficiency levels during the recruitment process. The increased standard will have a positive long-term effect on workplace productivity and social cohesion. Higher English fluency allows migrants to better integrate, access professional growth opportunities, and engage confidently in public services. While it may initially make applications more demanding, it also strengthens the credibility of visa holders and ensures smoother adaptation to British life. Prospective applicants should begin preparing early by enrolling in certified English courses or upgrading their existing qualifications to meet the 2026 language threshold confidently.
Number 7. Changes to the Temporary Shortage Occupation List, TSOL. By 2026, the UK Home Office will completely revamp the Temporary Shortage Occupation List, renaming it as the Essential Skills List to better align with national labour priorities. The new structure will remove several roles that were once used to fill short-term labour shortages and instead focus on high-impact sectors such as advanced manufacturing, cybersecurity, renewable energy, construction engineering, and healthcare specialisation. This marks a decisive move away from dependency on low-wage immigration and toward a sustainable, skill-based model that rewards long-term economic contribution. Occupations like restaurant managers, lower-level IT technicians, and warehouse supervisors are expected to lose eligibility under the new classification. Under the restructured framework, only employers able to demonstrate critical demand and strong wage offerings will gain approval to hire foreign talent from the Essential Skills List. The system will use real-time data from the Migration Advisory Committee, MAC, to review labour market gaps quarterly rather than annually, allowing faster policy responses. This dynamic monitoring process ensures that immigration aligns with genuine economic need rather than temporary demand surges. Sectors facing chronic shortages like digital infrastructure, renewable energy systems, and advanced nursing will continue to receive priority sponsorship support. For migrants, this change means tighter access but clearer opportunity. Those who possess specialized training or certifications in targeted industries will find their applications processed faster, while others in declining categories may need to upskill or shift focus to eligible fields. Employers will also face stricter compliance reporting and renewal checks to retain sponsorship licenses. The new Essential Skills list underscores the UK's long-term immigration vision, attracting professionals who elevate innovation, competitiveness, and workforce quality rather than filling short-term vacancies that offer limited career or economic value.
Number 8. Tighter rules on family and partner visa income thresholds. From 2026, the UK will enforce higher income thresholds for sponsoring family and partner visas, reflecting the government's effort to ensure that migrants and their dependents can live in the UK without relying on public funds. The minimum annual income requirement for a British citizen or settled person sponsoring a spouse or partner will rise from £18,600 to £29,000, with further adjustments based on the number of children or dependents. The Home Office argues that this change aligns the immigration framework with current living standards, ensuring that families entering the UK maintain financial stability and can contribute positively to the economy without welfare dependency. The policy also introduces stricter verification processes for financial documentation. Sponsors will be required to show consistent income over the previous 12 months, supported by tax records and verified employment contracts. Self-employed individuals will need to submit certified business accounts and proof of ongoing revenue. These measures aim to reduce fraudulent applications and prevent situations where family migrants struggle to sustain themselves after arrival. Moreover, cash savings can still count toward the threshold, but the minimum acceptable amount will rise to match inflation and living costs, potentially exceeding £70,000 for those relying solely on savings. While the rule raises barriers for some families, it reflects a broader effort to encourage economic self-sufficiency and long-term integration. Applicants will need to plan more carefully, ensuring their employment or business income meets the required level before applying. The adjustment will particularly affect younger or part-time earners who may now need to delay applications until they achieve the target income. Although more demanding, the policy reinforces the UK's focus on sustainable migration, supporting family unity while ensuring that those granted entry are financially equipped to thrive independently within the British economy.
Number 9. Enhanced employer compliance and sponsor licence scrutiny. By 2026, the UK government will implement stricter monitoring and auditing systems for employers holding sponsorship licenses under the skilled worker and temporary worker routes. The Home Office's new digital compliance network will automatically flag discrepancies in tax records, employment hours, and job role descriptions to ensure that sponsored workers are being paid and treated according to immigration conditions. Employers found breaching these rules, such as assigning duties outside approved occupation codes or underpaying migrants, could face immediate license suspension or revocation. This reform aims to create greater accountability and transparency across the sponsorship system, discouraging any form of misuse or unethical recruitment. The revised framework also introduces tiered compliance ratings. Employers will be graded as trusted, monitored, or high risk, depending on audit results and previous record history. Trusted sponsors will enjoy faster visa processing and simplified renewals, while those in the high-risk category will undergo random inspections, payroll audits, and potential recruitment bans. The Home Office intends to use real-time HMRC data and cross-department integration to detect irregularities instantly, replacing the slow manual inspections of earlier years. This proactive system ensures that only responsible organizations maintain the privilege of sponsoring overseas workers. For businesses, this shift means continuous accountability rather than periodic checks. Companies must maintain precise HR records, updated job descriptions, and evidence of compliance with all employment regulations. Migrant employees will also benefit as these protections prevent exploitation and promote fair pay. While the measures increase administrative responsibility, they also reward ethical employers who contribute genuinely to the UK economy. The government views this digitalized compliance model as essential to building a sustainable immigration system, one that upholds integrity, safeguards migrants, and strengthens confidence in the UK's skilled migration infrastructure.
Number 10. Points-based model for settlement and citizenship. From 2026 onward, the UK is preparing to introduce a revised points-based framework that extends beyond work visas and into long-term residency and citizenship pathways. This system will assign points for measurable criteria such as education level, employment history, tax contributions, English proficiency, and community participation. The goal is to reward migrants who demonstrate consistent integration, professional stability, and civic responsibility. Instead of relying solely on time-based eligibility for indefinite leave to remain, ILR, or citizenship, applicants will need to achieve a specific minimum point score to qualify. This mirrors models in Canada and Australia, where residency and naturalization depend on an applicant's tangible contributions to society. The Home Office plans to make the process digital, transparent, and merit-oriented. Applicants will be able to track their progress online through a secure government portal, viewing how many points they have accumulated toward permanent settlement. Points will be deducted for extended absences, unpaid taxes, or violations of visa conditions. Conversely, those who contribute to volunteer work, innovation, or high-skilled employment may receive bonus points. This approach aims to encourage a proactive, responsible migrant community that aligns with the UK's long-term social and economic goals. The new framework represents a transformational shift in how the UK defines permanent residence and citizenship eligibility. It emphasises merit, contribution, and integration over mere duration of stay. Migrants seeking settlement must now view their time in Britain as an opportunity to build verifiable achievements through career growth, community engagement, and continuous compliance. While the points-based model introduces more structure and accountability, it also creates a fairer, more measurable system that rewards genuine commitment to British values and prosperity. This evolution reflects the UK's broader 2026 vision, a balanced, skilled, and well-integrated migration ecosystem for the future.
The UK's 2026 immigration overhaul marks one of the most significant shifts in recent years, aiming to build a system focused on skills, contribution, and accountability. Every new rule, whether it's the raised salary threshold, higher English requirement, or the longer ILR qualifying period, points to a single vision: attracting migrants who bring lasting value to the economy and society. While these changes may feel more demanding, they also create clearer, fairer pathways for professionals and families ready to build a genuine future in Britain. The emphasis on higher education standards, integration, and compliance ensures that only those who are truly prepared benefit from long-term opportunities. For students, this means focusing early on career goals. For workers, it's time to upgrade qualifications and plan around new salary benchmarks. For families, financial readiness will now define eligibility. The 2026 reforms are not meant to close doors. They're meant to raise standards and open them to those who meet them confidently. If you found this breakdown useful, hit like and subscribe to stay updated on every upcoming UK immigration change. Share this video with anyone planning to move or study in Britain, because understanding these new rules today could shape their future tomorrow.